The third work package will build along the same framework that you've already heard. And this is incentives and solutions, but this time looking at freight transport. This work package, you can say, has already begun, because last year and part of this year, we worked already on the Southeast link. We conducted a pre-study there where we tried to look at how you can achieve, at least improve sustainable transport impacts as a result of freight transport. Along that line, we'll look at the different incentives and solutions for freight. And then, of course, in line with the ABC model, to be able to review and then also recommend the possible path in the future that could help improve freight transport effect on sustainability. What this means in practice is that we are going to look at three main things. We would look at models that can help us understand the different incentives. We would look at models that can help us to understand who are the key players, the stakeholders within Blekinge, as focusing on Blekinge, and how these stakeholders interact with each other. And then eventually we would also look at the freight flows, how the different goods are moving across, in, out of Blekinge. And for the incentives, we can look, for example, into different types of incentives related to infrastructure. This could be charges, it could be fees, it could be parking fees, and so on. Or it may be policy-based incentives, which could have to do with maybe emission taxes, or maybe, what sort of incentives. An incentive here is basically the type of tools that maybe the municipality or the other decision makers can use in order to achieve a much better environmental or sustainable effect. And alongside this, of course, it will be very important the kind of data we can lay hands on. How well we succeed in this would depend on if we can be able to get information. And this is where a lot of you who are here from different companies might be helpful to us. If we're looking at incentives in terms of stakeholders, we maybe want to be able to understand the different type of transport service providers that we have in Blekinge. It could be the logistic companies, it could be the freight companies. We might be interested in seeing what type of services you offer, what type of customers you have, and so on and so forth. So again, data would be a very important element that determine how well we understand this. If we're looking at freight flows, for example, we might want to know the different road networks that passes through Blekinge. If we're looking at maybe, we may also be interested to look at the shipments. What are the different types of products that are moving? Of course, this becomes a bit more difficult, I understand that, but we will have an approach that tries to look at Blekinge as an overall system on three different levels: on the levels of the incentives, on the levels of the stakeholders, and on the level of the freights and the different shipments that are being moved on different networks. So that, at least for the moment, is how we are looking at work package 3. And I don't know if I missed something, then I think some other people right here that are involved in work package 3 can add or complement.